Happy Friday, traders. Well, what an amazing week in markets. We've seen some phenomenal moves. Look, one of the big moves, certainly in the foreign exchange space, and a very meaningful move, is what has happened to the yen this week. It all kicked off after the weekend and post the Japanese elections, where the government won in a landslide, the biggest in post-war history. Super popular new government, and market has given that a huge tick of approval. Hedge funds are piling into the buy Japan trade and are buying yen aggressively. So we've seen dollar yen fall from 158.50 highs all the way down below 153. So a big $600 move lower. And look, probably can say with a little bit of confidence, it looks as if we're finally seeing a bit of a trend change for the yen. So that is a big deal, because obviously the yen was under pressure for a number of years, and it was struggling up at towards 60-year lows and 60 highs for dollar yen. So yes, at the moment, market is certainly very much bullish on the yen again. And dollar yen is obviously, it's not far away from 150's big psychological level. I'd imagine at some stage we probably will go down, test it, break it, and then it opens up much lower levels again. So yes, anytime you get an opportunity, retracement to sell dollar yen, I certainly would be joining this trade. Even on the yen crosses as well, Swiss yen, which is one of the most aggressive trending currencies of 2025, it went all the way up to 200 plus this week, and from those record highs, 203. Swiss yen earlier on the week put in a bearish key reversal day. At the moment, it is setting up a bearish key reversal week, so multiple time frames are actually confirming a trend change for this aggressive trend. It is down at a whopping good 600 points as well from the highs, those record highs this week. And I would go as far as to say I think that at some stage we're going to be, before the end of the month, setting up a bearish key reversal month for Swiss yen. That'll take us down towards that 195 level, and then if we do confirm that, then next month it's going to open up much lower levels again, and a run down towards 190. So another high confidence trade getting short Swiss yen. Okay, so precious metals, what can you say about it? Just wow, absolutely wow. Silver off 11% overnight, and gold down about 3.5%. Look, putting a reason to why we sold off last night, it's irrelevant. Look, these are super volatile, super dangerous markets, and anything can happen. Last night, $3 trillion was liquidated in the space of about half to 1 hour. That is absolutely huge numbers. Most countries in the world don't even have that sort of GDP. So this is wiped out in the space of an hour or so. So look, there's got to be a lot of blood out in the precious metal street. I imagine some funds are absolutely getting hammered. And look, if we hear a blow-up story, it would not surprise. But again, look, super dangerous, super volatile, very hard to hold a position anything other than the short term on precious metals. And seriously, you need to work stops, otherwise potential for liquidation extremely high. Okay, moving along. Bitcoin absolutely struggling. Now it's been struggling this week above 70,000. So anywhere above there, sellers have been capping it aggressively. And overnight now we've gone back down towards 65,000. Recent lows are at 60,000. Look, at some stage, if we take that out, I'd imagine we're going to see some pretty awesome liquidation again, and much lower levels. So very hard to try to find a low or buy dips here. That's not working. Selling rallies 100%. Weak link in markets. So yes, staying short Bitcoin or getting short is obviously the the bias there. Look, a lot of volatility, FX, precious metals, and also crypto. A lot of it negative volatility, obviously. When you get when you get volatility in lots of asset markets, yes, it feeds across to other asset markets. You get cross asset market volatility. Equity markets are certainly starting to feel that. S&P down 1.5%, and also had Nasdaq down 2%. So obviously big risk off night in markets last night. But look, we are going into Friday, just before the weekend. We do have some very important economic data coming out, and that is obviously US inflation data for January. Markets expect the headline number and also the core number year on year to come in around about 2.5%. So that is marginally lower than the previous month. So look, that is a positive. Whether or not that's going to be enough to get market start pricing in a potential rate cut by the Fed, I'm not really too sure, especially after we saw that very strong US employment data this week. But one thing the market does not need is for that number to come out, say, above expectations. That certainly will hit risk, and probably hit risk very hard. So we are ending the week with some very important US data and a risk event. But look, key takeaway at the moment, look, super volatile markets, and they are at the moment trading firmly risk off. And look, maybe inflation number can save the markets tonight, but let's see. I need to see the numbers first. So look, good luck with your trades and have a great weekend.